Hi, Tina.
Hi, Boise.
You're on the spot.
I am.
It's funny. Do you notice how her body language changes a little bit now that the camera is just on her?
I told you I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, which is funny because I could talk to my phone all day long.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But the minute there's a camera on my
The
face,
change of the lens is what makes you uncomfortable. Shh,
Go.
stay right there.
What do you have to ask
You
me?
gotta be quiet.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Why did you say go for it? When we met at Chick-fil-A and I told you what I was thinking, what inside you said go for it?
I think that when I met you, despite like how young we were and how dumb and stuff like that, I always saw that you had a passion to do something greater than where you were at. Like you always wanted to go 5 steps ahead of where you were. And no matter what job you were in, you just go extreme. You really do. And I love that about you. You're fucking crazy, but I love it about you. And I could see that where you were at, it wasn't holding you back, but it wasn't launching you forward. And when you came to me, it was almost like you needed me to release something in you to let you go forward. And it was like if all I had to say was go for it in order for you to do that, then that was simple enough. But just watching you that 6 months before you asked me that question, I literally in my gut, I was like, finally, like he found something that ticks all the boxes. That is like, it was a no-brainer.
How do you manage the stress from paycheck to paycheck and deal to deal?
I think I found a way that like, again, like I said, I now have my own system, which the beautiful thing is like about a year ago, like I didn't touch our finances. Like that was one thing that I really had a hard time with is I didn't know what money was coming in. I didn't know what bills were being paid. And it made me feel like I wasn't contributing because here I wasn't working. I didn't know what our money was. And I literally didn't know if I could really buy the groceries that I was going to buy. And so when I took over and I finally saw, it was almost an empowering thing for me. Like, yes, you're bringing the money in, but now I'm telling the family where the money's going. And I think that for stay-at-home moms, we have to find our worth somewhere and we have to feel validated in what we're doing. And I think that by budgeting the money, it made me feel like I was also in control of the family.
Yes.
I think that financial peace class was the best thing that I could have had because it showed me ways for people that don't have a steady income, how to maintain a family life and to keep things on track for somebody that has an influx of money like we do.
What would you tell your children when they have a crazy idea and want to go for it?
Like I know this sounds so dumb because you're my husband, but that I admired about you is anytime you had an idea, you sat down and you made a business plan. Like I got anxious for you because I'm like, I would never in a million years know how to write a fucking business plan. But you always had a business plan. So to me, it meant that you took the time, you did your research, you figured out what worked and what didn't work, and you navigated like what could go wrong but what could go like really, really right. So I would tell my kids like, always 100% go for it, but make sure to plan it out and to have a thought process and to think 5 steps ahead. Like, okay, well, if you're going to do it, like, where are we going to go next? And then once that step goes, like, where are you going to go after that? And like, what's your end goal? Because like with you always had an end goal. You're like, I'm going to hit this and this is where we're going to be. And funny enough, like watching those come to fruition is pretty cool. So I would just say to my kid, I'm never going to stop our kids from.
What would happen? What do you say to them when they fail? What do you say to somebody? What do you say to somebody if they fail?
Dust yourself off and try again. I want our kids to fail. I want our kids to fail all the time because if they live in these cookie cutter perfect world, they are never going to get a real grasp that the world is not pretty and it's going to beat them up and it's going to like spit them on the ground. And so I want them to fail and then I want them to go back and to try exactly what they failed at again, but maybe a different way or with a different perspective. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Well, oddly enough, I will be right about to turn 40, so that's kind of crazy to think about. But I would like us to have a business where I'd like us to have a really cool, like, large team of people that the overall point of our company is that we just empower people, like, with just happiness and good vibes, but that we do things to better our community, but it's with a basis on family. Because that's one thing I really appreciate about how we're doing it now. It's like, I want it to be a family feel. I want our kids to join in on this. I want our kids to see that mom and dad can work together, and that if they have a bad day, it doesn't matter, they still go home and they kiss and joke each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, so in 5 years, I would like to own vacation properties, and I never want us to be those people that, like, oh, well, we don't work. Like, that just would be boring to me. So I would like us to be, what's the right word? Successful in a way that, like, we have what we need and that we could get what we wanted, but that we're always striving to do better with what we have. You know what I mean? Like, you've always said too, like, I don't always want to have a ton of money and then not give it to people that need it more. So I would. What
did you tell yourself?
Oh boy. Hang tight, your husband will get sober.
Wow.
That I'm stronger than I think I am, and that I am worth something. I think that a lot of us, women especially, but moms, we put our worth into other people so much that we sometimes sit back and go, okay, well, you know, what do I have to give, or what do I have to offer, or what am I going to leave behind that people remember? And so I think I would tell that girl that you're going to put in a lot of work for other people, and that it doesn't diminish how great you are and how great you're going to become, that by putting the work into these people, you're actually putting a lot of work into yourself, and that you are creating a foundation for yourself to stand on and to look back and go, damn, I did that. Like, I raised 4 kids. I helped my husband, you know, overcome addiction. Like, we've built a brand and a company, and, you know, you're not a dumb blonde. I think for the longest time, I thought that I was not smart and I wasn't educated and I didn't have a voice. And looking now, like, it's amazing. So I think I would just tell her to hold tight to what she's doing, and to not give up on herself. With the tears in my eyes, I would say that.